Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel. Alright guys, you guys want the cat cameo? There you go. Anyways, welcome everyone to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate ringsidenews.com. Got your questions from twitter.com/AaronRift. Let's get started here today with the first one from Amir. Mr. Panda 316. Since AJ Lee's 217 Divas title reign record was just broken, do you think WWE would try to break CM Punk's 434-day title reign? Well, first off, break is spelled wrong, but that's okay. I think that there's a chance we could see CM Punk's record broken. I mean, it's inevitable that one of these days it will happen. Will it happen in the near future? That remains to be seen. It will really take a lot for somebody to break the record. With CM Punk, the thing about his title reign is he started off as a babyface champion, and then the second half of his run he was a heel. I think because of that, it was able to be a lengthy reign. Now, maybe somebody like Seth Rollins could do it. Seth Rollins is a heel right now. He's still the WWE champion. He would need to be champion, though, until after WrestleMania, I think around May, to break CM Punk's record. And I just think it would be very stale if Seth Rollins was a heel champion all the way until next May. Now, if he does turn babyface in the near future and feuds with Triple H, then they could have him as a babyface champion, and that would freshen things up a bit, and perhaps he could stay WWE champion. I mean, WWE might as well go in that direction. If they're hell-bent on sticking it to CM Punk, Seth Rollins would be the guy to do it, and people would not resent it like they would resent the idea of Nikki Bella breaking AJ Lee's record, or if somebody else like Roman Reigns was the one to break CM Punk's record. Seth Rollins would work, and WWE could turn him face, and that would keep it fresh. So time will tell. I mean, the fact that John Cena beat the WWE champion twice in a row, back-to-back nights, people already see John Cena as the man, and Seth Rollins is just the guy with the WWE title. He's not the guy. So they very well could just keep the title on him. Cena's the guy they're pushing anyways. So, I mean, whatever. You might as well go with it. I mean, he's already halfway there now. So time will tell. I mean, he's definitely a possibility if WWE wants to really go all the way and break the record of CM Punk so they never have to mention him again. Alright, this one comes from Murtaza. Where do you see Roman Reigns going after the feud with the Wyatts? Well, I've talked about Roman Reigns on and off over the past couple months. I assume once this feud with the Wyatt family is over, that Roman Reigns will get back into the WWE title picture. One thing I would not mind seeing is Roman Reigns going heel to feud with a babyface Seth Rollins. I think that would be an interesting feud, and I think that fans would be more accepting of the guys in those roles, with Seth Rollins as a babyface and Roman Reigns as a heel, because that's how they want to react anyways. The fans want to cheer for Seth Rollins, and they want to boo Roman Reigns. So why force feed something to fans? Just go with what the fans want. Roman Reigns as a monster heel could be successful in WWE, but who knows if that's the direction that they want to go in. For all we know, WWE may just try all over again with Roman Reigns and try to repeat last year and hope that this time he gets a better reaction and the fans don't crap on him. This one comes from Sean. Which would you rather see, heel Roman Reigns or face Dean Ambrose win the Royal Rumble? Well, as I just mentioned, a heel Roman Reigns, I think fans would be more accepting of that. With Dean Ambrose as a babyface, I've talked about this before. I feel that he's played out as a babyface. I think he would work better as a heel as well. Both him and Roman Reigns, I think, would be better off as heels, but that's just my opinion. I feel like the characters haven't really made any progress in the past several months. They've kind of been stuck at a certain level, and they've been doing the feud with the Wyatt family. It's been dragging on. They've done this angle with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose being besties, and it's never really gone anywhere. It just feels like WWE doesn't really know what to do with them, so they're just throwing all the guys that they don't know what to do with together, like the Wyatt family and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, just putting them out there, having them do matches, and that's that. I think I would rather see a heel Roman Reigns. If WWE is going to push Roman Reigns into the main event again, I'd rather see him as a heel. I think that he would be more effective, and I think fans would accept him as a heel more than as a babyface. That's just my take on it, though. All right, this one comes from Corby W. Was Bayley versus Sasha Banks at TakeOver Brooklyn the greatest WWE women's match of all time? That is an interesting question. It's tough to say. I mean, there have been a couple of really tremendous diva matches over the years. Trish and Lita had several memorable matches. They had one match that main evented Raw. Trish had a number of good feuds with various divas, from Molly Holly to Victoria. And some of those matches, the best matches of those feuds, were among the best diva matches in WWE history. Certainly, of the past 10 years since Trish and Lita left, I would say yes. I would say Sasha Banks and Bayley was the best women's match in recent WWE history. You know, right up there with the Charlotte and Natalya match. I know Jeff Meacham's a huge fan of that. That was a tremendous match. But I would say Sasha and Bayley was just a little bit more epic because of the fact that you had it as part of a major event in front of 15,000 fans, a sold-out arena. You know, sometimes when you rate these matches, you have to take all things into consideration, not just the quality of the match, but the storyline, the build-up, the crowd reaction, the size of the crowd, the event. All these things add up together, and that's how you come up with the best matches. And to me, I mean, there's no way they could have done this any better unless it was on the SummerSlam card itself. But other than that, I mean, everything that could have gone right with that match did, and it was as flawless as you could get. So yeah, definitely in recent history, maybe of all time. I mean, it's certainly arguable. All right, this one comes from Yusuf, Y-U-S-U-F, Extremes Dawn. Do you think Triple H is overrated? Overrated in what regard? Are you talking about overrated as a wrestler or overrated as a businessman? I would say he's not overrated in either category. As far as wrestling goes, you know, people like to say he's successful because of Stephanie, and that's the only reason that he became a top star in WWE. But people don't realize he was in the main events before he even started the angle with Stephanie. He was WWE champion at the night after SummerSlam in '99, and the Stephanie angle was still about 3-4 months away. He was already established as a top guy in WWE before they even started the Stephanie angle. Triple H earned his spot. Regardless of people say about him, he earned it, and he's had a lot of tremendous matches over the years. He knew what he was doing in that ring, and he still does. And Triple H is just a master of the game. He is the game. So I would say no, he's not overrated. He deserves every bit of success that he's had as a performer. And as far as a businessman goes, it may be too early to tell, but so far so good. I mean, with everything he's done in the NXT brand, I would say he's evolving. He's changing the industry, and I think that WWE will be in good hands once Vince is no longer around. But then again, it is early, and Triple H doesn't have full control yet. So we really won't know until Triple H has all the power and he's making the final decisions. He is truly at the helm in the Vince McMahon role, and at that point we'll see what happens and see how he does. But so far, I think he's doing a tremendous job. I think the guy knows what he's doing very much. All right, this one comes from Rock Fanatic. If Finn Balor and Samoa Joe reach the finals for the Rhodes Tag Team Tournament, could you see Joe turning on his partner and then Balor versus Joe for the title? That seems to make sense. One would think that at some point we are going to have Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe and have them feud with each other with a Samoa Joe heel turn. That seems to be the logical direction, and I would predict that something along those lines will take place with some kind of friction between the two of them, and Samoa Joe goes full-fledged heel and feuds with Finn Balor. I mean, there's always a possibility they could win the Dusty Invitational and then fight each other face versus face, but I think Joe would be off better as a heel. I think that would be a much more interesting dynamic, and that's what I'm predicting will happen at some point. Joe goes heel, and then the two of them feud for the title. Alright, got this one from Colin James. Please answer in video. WWE's recent website poll asked fans about which belt should return. What are your thoughts? I'm really not interested in WWE going back to the past and bringing back past championships. You know, people ask me about the hardcore title. Don't see that happening in the PG era. Don't think it's necessary. European title, no real point in bringing it back. I'd like to see a new title introduced. I've talked about in previous videos the idea of an interactive title where the fans get to determine every single match. You can do polls on WWE's website and during Raw, and the fans get to vote for the participants. They get to vote for the match types, and it's truly the fans' title. Another idea is a trios title, where there's so many three-person factions in WWE these days. That would be interesting to have a trios championship, and you can do 3-on-3 matches for the trios title on pay-per-views and that sort of thing. Just something different that hasn't been done in the world of WWE up to this point. And this one comes from Kayfabe is 316. Where do you think WWE will have WrestleMania 33 and 34? Well, right now the front runners, one location is Minneapolis, and another one, Orlando, has been talked about as a possible WrestleMania location. There's a lot of cities that want to host WrestleMania, but yeah, I think Minneapolis will probably be a front runner, a serious front runner for either 33 or 34. Indianapolis was another city that I remember being mentioned as a possible contender. So one of those cities, I'm assuming, will be hosting WrestleMania 33, and whichever city doesn't get 33 will probably get 34. And people are bidding and cities are bidding for WrestleMania 2 or 3 years out. I mean, that's how big it's getting, that all sorts of cities are trying to get the winning bid for WrestleMania. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. Subscribe if you haven't already at youtube.com/NoDQCAW. And I will see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.